All righty, ladies and gentlemen, Lee Cole here, and I have the amazing Gloria Gunn. How
AI
about it,
Gloria.
Gloria?
How's everybody doing? Doing good. How's everybody doing?
Well, Steve Schulman's doing good. He said aloha.
Awesome. Hey,
How about it,
aloha.
Steve? I was so happy to hear from you. Well, thank you. So, Gloria, you don't even know this, but I screwed up the time. I originally had it at 3 a.m. instead of 3 p.m.
Oh dear.
That would work well. Steve was all excited because he's in Hawaii. He
Hey,
thought,
I
"Gee,
yeah, I was up at that time, so we could have done it. Where were you, right? I'm kidding.
I
Where was
was in bed like a normal human
like a
being."
normal human being, I know. Yeah.
So, Connie, how are you? I hope everybody can, obviously, people can hear us. Can you see Gloria's screen? Would someone give me a yes on that? Local search at the speed of AI. Gloria, this stuff, the AI stuff, we all know it's just
Crazy.
taking off. But this new thing, that was brought to our attention several months ago about local search and AI and how search has changed so dramatically
Yeah.
in the past year is super important stuff. So, without further ado, tell us all about it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get going on this. So, what I wanted to do is give you guys an update. I always like to kind of start it with like what is going on in the world of AI because it's happening so fast. It has been like drinking from a fire hose for the past 2 years, and it's going to continue to be like that for a while. It's really very difficult to keep up with. So, I want to bring give you guys an AI update, if you will. And then we'll talk about like what really is new, like what's going on, what's hot right now, um, what's going on with search and AI in search, and what this does to local businesses and local search. And then I think one of the most important things is how do we kind of capitalize on it and make money from it? Because a lot of these things that we've been doing is been able to almost predict where the market is going and then try to get people to adopt right before it's too late. And so that's what we're doing a little bit today. Um, so right now here we are in 2025, it sounds still weird to say that. AI is it's crazy. It is crazy, insane. I think this was in December or November, I did a kind of like a, state of AI, like what's going on, where we see AI going in 2025 in the new year. And one of the things was all about AI agents, and they're here and they're hitting the mainstream and they're getting more and more sophisticated. Not Chat, Claude has released kind of an AI agent within its AI platform. And then ChatGPT has also released an AI agent inside of its platform. Okay, it's called a chat operator or something like that. It's not yet into the our version, like if you're free or the $20. It's ChatGPT has actually created a $200 a month subscription as well. But I suspect that it's going to be coming to our our level of subscription, which is either free or the $20 version. It's not going to take long. The competition is just too fierce. So that's one thing. I think a really good thing is that hardware is catching up to all of this AI for processing speed. It takes a lot of, you know, processing power and storage and all of those things. And it's kind of here in our consciousness, to be truthful with you. I don't know if you guys saw or heard about, they did this big thing with the new administration where he he was going to go ahead and like he brought people together to do this $500 billion investment to try to make sure that America was like the front and center of AI, that people were going to be catching up to us, and that we were not going to be, we were going to be leading. We were not going to be, trying to catch up from behind. So that was like all over the news, and that's like a $500 billion investment. So AI is becoming part of our consciousness, right? And it was like OpenAI, it was I think it was the SoftBank guy, and then it was the Larry Ellison, which is, I think, the Oracle guy. So these three are all getting together, and they're kind of trying to lead this, 500 billion with a B dollar investment to try to make America be number one in AI. So that was like all over the news. And so for anybody that had been living under a rock, they now they know that AI is not only a thing, but America is, going to try to be the leader in all of that. So that's kind of some of the stuff that's going on. It is, I think, getting better and better, right? And AI is acting kind of more human, if you can believe it, in the way that it's quote unquote thinks. When I say thinks, I mean the way that it processes information, and then also how it solves problems, right? And what is really going on is that everybody is becoming more and more aware of the power and understands that it is here to stay. Lee, do we need to simplify any of that, guys? Sometimes I'm nerdy, okay? And if I sound nerdy and I use nerd words and stuff like that, just somebody stop me, okay? Somebody say stop, raise your hand, do something so that I stop, or that we have Lee that can help break it down for me. Take my nerd
I wasn't
talk.
laughing. I wasn't laughing at you being nerdy. I was laughing at you saying sometimes you're nerdy.
Sorry, I'm nerdy all the time, but if this nerdiness is too over the top,
No, I think we're good. I mean, basically, we all know that AI got here at the end of, for us, normal folk got here at the end of 2022. It has just morphed. The power of AI, even for us,
insane, yeah.
Just us little marketer type people who run regular businesses, stuff like that. It has just multiplied its power so much. And, the United States, even the government is saying, hey, we want to be the leaders in AI. It ain't going anywhere. It is not going to be a side deal. It's going to be front and center and right at the heart of everything that happens. Now, you can look at it on a broad scale and say, well, I'm not a, Larry Ellison or a Sam Altman or somebody, and, I'm not a politician or something. That's the cool thing about AI, is it democratizes all of this amazing power and lets us have it too, which is shocking.
Yes, to have that much power for, a free subscription is crazy if you think about it, right?
It's truly crazy. And now, that's why we're here today. You and I kind of suspected this would happen, and we talked about it even like a year and a half ago. We kind of saw the writing on the walls. When ChatGPT first came out, it wasn't but a few months later that, some people, including you, started talking about how it was going to destroy Google and stuff like that. Didn't destroy Google. Google came back. They were hurt by it. They lost a lot of market share really fast. And
I've got some numbers a little bit later. Yeah, I got some hard numbers I'll share with you guys.
Now we're where we are with the new AI search. I will tell you, if you get much beyond the kindergarten, which, as we know, I am really good at. Kindergarten level.
Good. Yeah, and then anybody stop me if that's the case.
Yeah, so, questions. Let us have questions, guys. All for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what does this mean right now? We have, all of these, AI is big, and you've got, you've got AI that can create video, you've got AI that can create all different types of content, you've got AIs that do, a lot of different problem solving, you've got the AI agents, and you've got all of this, but we also have AI search as well. And this is where, to me, it gets interesting, and this is where it hits most of us at this level as we see it, because we interact with search. That's what we do. Google it. Google is actually a term for search for things, right? And so AI can actually see things. Okay. It has eyes, it has ears, and so it can see images, it can hear audio. So really, it's not just about text anymore. It's gone so beyond text. And what is happening at an alarming rate, and I'm going to show you in just a second, more and more people are actually using AI. It's not just for writing articles. It's becoming more of a silent assistant, and we're leaning on it more and more. So if you think about it, it can see things, it can hear things, it can process all different types of content. And assistants use AI to get their jobs done. So they're not searching Google per se, they're searching within their AI, within all of their huge large language model. It's a different way that they search. All right, so we'll talk about that. So what does all of this mean, right? Well, search is happening inside of like Perplexity is kind of like a between Google plus AI morphed into one. It's almost like hybrid. And then we have ChatGPT, which has browse capabilities. Google, now this is very, very interesting. Google had recently, they created the Notebook LM, and then they created, it used to be Google Bard, but now it is called Google Gemini. And that thing it does search as well. And it is like a heavy research tool. So things are just moving at a very fast rate. Users now ask ChatGPT for like recommendations. They don't necessarily go out to Google if they're working inside of these, whether it be Gemini or Perplexity, or now we've got the big one from China, which is DeepSeek, right? That's a whole nother one that's the one that caused the stock market to tank. I think it was earlier this week, like half a $1 trillion or something like that. Because it's a big competition for ChatGPT and some of the American-based AI. So multimodal. So what that has done is it's created, multimodal means different formats, right? It means video and audio other than text-based, searching images, right? Remember we said that AI kind of has eyes and ears now. And so what's happening is there's something that's called multimodal search. So people are not only searching with just text, but they're searching with voice, they're searching with images, video. And the thing is that Google is rewarding those businesses that use just more than text, okay? Because people are searching with it, Google wants to return the results or try to make a match to say, what are you searching for? Like say, for example, something that's happening is somebody might take a picture on their phone of, this storefront or restaurant or whatever, and then they can feed it in, and then something like ChatGPT can try to match that, and then it'll find all this information about that business, right? It can't do that unless that business provides the information in a way that AI can read it. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but let me go ahead and show you something that's a little bit mind-blowing. What do you guys see here? I want to see if somebody sees what I see.
Let us know, folks.
Anybody see anything interesting here?
Connie, search in ChatGPT.
Yes. A local search result inside of ChatGPT. That is it exactly. And we're seeing it in ChatGPT. We're seeing it in Perplexity. This is what Perplexity looks like. You can see local search is there. All right. So what this so this kind of leaves like crumbs and clues to me when I see this type of stuff. Like when I saw that, and this was, I don't know, it was a while ago, my spidey sense goes up and I go, this is different. Normally these results would happen just inside of like Google, like in the 3-pack or whatever. What is this now that we're seeing it inside of Chat GPT, right? So that was kind of like it got my spidey sense up. And then if you can look at this, right? Decline in market share for the first time since 2015, Google's global search market share fell below 90% during the first 3 months of 2024. That's according to Star Counter. That's crazy. AI-powered search platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and stuff like that are gaining traction. I kind of had a feeling of that when my spidey sense started going up, when I started seeing those types of local search results inside of my ChatGPT. And then this was a survey. I thought this was interesting. So Evercore did a survey and it found that 8% of US respondents identified ChatGPT as their primary search engine. This is up from 1% in June 2024. So in 6 months, it went from 1% to 8%. That's huge. Gartner, which is a serious, legit consulting firm that these big companies pay like 6 figures for them to do, analysis and to help their business and stuff like that, predicts, like when Gartner speaks, it's like that when Charles Schwab speaks, everybody listens. In the kind of the business and B2B world, when Gartner speaks, then everybody listens, right? And so Gartner predicts a 25% drop in traditional search engine volume by 2026. If you can believe that, we're just 11 months away from 2026. We are at 90%, 10%. So they're predicting another 15% drop in 11 months. I mean, this type of stuff is crazy, right?
Well, 25% is freaking huge.
Yes. Yes.
And then that, which I know you're going to cover this, but that begs the question of how are people doing this search? You alluded to this. Mm-hmm. How is the information getting into the AI platforms as opposed to the way Google used to choose stuff?
Yeah.
This is some really, really cool stuff.
It's crazy. It really is. Whoops, that was a duplicate. Sorry about that. So what does this mean for local businesses, right? So this is kind of going into what you're talking about, Lee. So for local businesses, more and more people are using this voice search, where they can just ask. Remember, we talked about the AI assistants. The AI assistants go out and do all of the work. Okay, so they're going to say, hey, AI assistant, find me plumber in Waco, Texas, right? And so that will go ahead and look for and try to return a result. The AI assistant is not going to go and Google that. It's going to go through and do its thing and then try to find that information, right? And then we have kind of like where it's more conversational based on natural language. So instead of keyword plumber Waco, Texas, I might want to optimize my listing in such a way that would make it so that voice would find me. Where's the best plumber near me? Where's the best plumber that I can find that'll help me with my hot water heater, right? Something like that. So really what's going on is that we are getting, it used to be, it still kind of is, for those, and I am using Google search less and less. I'm finding that I'm just in ChatGPT and I tend to use it a lot to find answers. And it used to be where, we would do a query in Google and then it would be like search, scroll. Let me try to ask it a different way, right? To see if I can get the information. That wasn't quite what I'm looking for. Let me see if I can figure out how to ask Google so it gives me what I'm looking for. So it was a lot of, kind of research and time spent. But now what we're finding is we're getting answers more directly, right? Because AI, if you've ever seen the search happen in ChatGPT, it is like instantaneous, and then it's going to provide you exactly what you want in a lot less time. Okay, do we have any questions or anything?
A couple of things, Gloria, and I think I mentioned this to you about a week ago. something like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I'm in the ballpark.
Hmm.
Something like 40% of people 45 years old or less are, so I didn't say that right. People searching, people 45 years old or less who are searching are doing it on their phone, and 40% of them are doing voice search.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind, to be truth with you. That's
That's
so many
crazy.
of them. Yeah, yeah, because
And
it's
furthermore, Connie, this answers your question. What we're seeing is more and more and more and more people, because now you can get Chat GPT on your phone, right? So more
yes,
and more
right.
people are saying, I don't have to stop and wait and get to the desktop or the laptop. Chat GPT, I got water all over the basement floor. And I mean, people use it for this, right? I
In
mean,
voice mode, in voice mode,
in
because
voice
now
mode, I got
yeah,
water all over the basement floor. It's centered kind of around the water heater. What are your best guesses? Sounds like you're going to need a water heater. Well, in that case, can you tell me, can you give me some good ideas of some good plumbers near me who hopefully could get out here fairly rapidly? And
hmm
then ChatGPT will do that, but it still begs the big question is, how does ChatGPT figure out which are the best and which ones you want? Because unlike Google before AI,
yeah.
which wasn't intelligent and it all depended on, their index and all the signals and all that stuff, ChatGPT actually, and for stuff like this, is intelligent. It can tell
Yes,
the difference between stuff. Bam.
exactly. That's the difference. Right. That's really the difference, is that now remember that slide where I said earlier, it can now see, it can now hear, all of that stuff. And so what's happening is that you've got things like visual search, you've got Google Lens. People are also, and we talked about this, where someone might take a picture and then say, I want the menu of this restaurant or something like that, right? Or whatever it is, get me all the information about this business and what they do. I'm looking for XYZ. Will it do it for me? Right? That type of thing. So you can use a combination of visual and audio, things like that. And so what's happening is that people are relying less and less on text-based search. I really believe this to be true. And one of the things that kind of helps confirm it for me is that Google has made really, really big inroads in their quantum computing, which is like that is over my head. Okay. It's kind of like, that's like ultra nerd stuff. And I haven't gone there yet. Hopefully I won't have to. But they have like made big inroads with quantum computing. They developed the notebook LM, and then they really did a big upgrade on Bard to, it's now Gemini 2.2 Advanced, 2.0 Advanced, and it is fire. It is amazing, and it does search and stuff as well. So why would Google be willingly taking, and Notebook LM actually has results, and reference, it'll go ahead and it'll do citations and stuff. So it does searches as well. And not only does it do searches, but it gives you the citations and the results, like the proof, basically. So why would Google be letting competition within its own, within Notebook LM and its own AI? It's, to me, the answer is obvious. It is because they know that text-based search is going to kind of, eventually it's going to kind of go. How many of you guys remember AOL? Am I dating myself with AOL? Like, who's heard of AOL, right? AOL was the bomb back in the day, at the beginning of the interweb days, right? And so what happened is Google kind of took over market share, and nobody used AOL. And now it's kind of like all of these AIs are slowly taking over search for Google, so Google doesn't have to do it. So local search behavior is really, really changing, right? And so Google is not the only player in town anymore. And we've seen with some of the, that little article that I pulled up, AI are really taking some of that search volume away. the way that people are searching for local businesses and stuff, local businesses, whether they want to or not, it's kind of like adapt or die. That sounds horrible, I know. But if they don't adapt, then they're just not going to be found in these new search mediums, right? It's just kind of like when businesses were optimized for AOL, they probably, were harder to find in like, Netscape or Google and stuff like that. So it's really important for these businesses to make their content, quote unquote, multimodal. Okay. And this is where we can come in. This is very, very easy because you're just converting their stuff into quote unquote multimodal format. I call it multimodalizing it. And they, like I said, adapt. This is nicer to say adapt or get left behind. But it's really one of those situations where if they don't adapt, what's going to happen is they are going to get left behind, right? Any questions? Do we want to have any questions? We want to save it for the end. Any comments, Lee, on any of
I've answered most of them going along. Someone did on the previous thing where you said AI tagged search, so or AI tagged images, I think you said.
And AI based.
They just
yeah.
Okay,
images,
they just wanted to know. Okay.
Yeah. It's really AI based images. Yeah.
Yeah. No, let's forge ahead, and guys. We will have Q&A at the end, all you need. Someone asked me about the recording. It will go out later on today.
Yeah.
Back to you guys. We're going to look at the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So, change is like a double-edged sword, right? It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's probably a little bit bad that these businesses have to go, oh man, now I got to like update my stuff and things like that. But it's good for folks like us marketers because these businesses literally have no idea what is about to hit them, right? And they don't know, but they do need our help. If they don't get our help, then they're simply not going to get found because of the technology that's happening. And that is exactly where we come in. So, what's beautiful about this too is that AI does all of the hard work for us, right? And so it's very, very, very easy on how to capitalize on the opportunity. It's simply, we've developed a 3-step system. All right, you find the local businesses, the AI scans it, and then does an analysis and finds the quote unquote new search or multimodal weaknesses. And then it gives you everything you need and how to transform their existing content and make it searchable by AIs, basically. And then you do that, you fix it, you collect the cash, and then you do it over and over and over again. I don't believe there's ever been a better time to be in marketing. I mean, when I look back when I first started, it was this type of stuff was just like, wow, I wish, it could have happened. But so much time in stuff that, it's such a force multiplier, right? Because the things that used to take hours or days, now you can get done in minutes. Even solutions like this, because the businesses don't know that you have AI do all the work. They just want the results, right, Lee? So yeah, that's kind of where we are.
That's absolutely where we are. Do we want to make me the presenter?
Sure.
Cool beans. Hang on, guys. I've done this before.
Exciting times for sure.
This is actually where we always wanted to be,
Yes.
Where we had the power of the internet, where we could run significant businesses, whatever that means to you, where we could run significant businesses with hardly any employees, in my case, 0 employees.
Yep.
Zero. I don't even have any outsourcers. I mean, I use AI to do all this stuff now, and we can make decent livings, very decent livings, and have the freedom and the time to actually benefit from that. So, guys, we are always. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Here we go. Part of what Gloria and I do We do a ton of stuff, but with you guys, our mission is to take all of this AI stuff and sort of boil it down so that you can use it in your own businesses. You can use it to start businesses. You can do all of this stuff with it. AI is so freaking confusing. And so, we're always looking at things like, wow, well, how would you use that? How would you use that in a business? What should we do with our own clients, et cetera, et cetera? And Gloria, what you said,
Mm-hmm.
Google listings for businesses, for local businesses. Nobody has their local business listing tweaked for AI. Nobody, because this capability didn't even exist 6 months ago. This is a brand new open field, totally, the marketing term that was bandied about a year or two ago, blue ocean opportunity. So I just put that in there, but I will put it in again for you, the link to this sales letter. Now, guys, you're going to be really excited. This does not open until tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. In the morning, not in the evening. I actually got the time right this time. It doesn't open until tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. But we wanted you to know about it. We want you to understand it. And as usual, we're going to give you a complete view of everything, answer all your questions, walk through everything, show you the entire funnel. It's not a big funnel, but show you the entire funnel so that you know what's coming your way and you can make the whatever decision you want to make vis-a-vis this stuff. And Gloria, you said it best. The AI search revolution is here. And now we can land clients and get very well paid to boost their Google listings with multimodal content. I can't stress that how much this is a blue ocean opportunity. Nobody has their listing even close to this. As a matter of fact, a lot of what we see on businesses Google listings is kind of the opposite of what they need in order for platforms like Google's AI, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini. What they're looking for, they're not looking for what's on most people's Google listing, which is sort of repetitive stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we're launching a new product tomorrow. It's called GBP Multimodal. Now, when I email you this sales letter tomorrow, where this big graphic is, you're going to see a video replay of a boiled down version of this webinar that you're on right now. On another page, and I will mail you the other page too. On another page, I will have the entire webinar available for you to listen to as much as you want. But I want to go through this. AI-powered platforms like Google, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini are requiring multimodal content in order so that you can find local business listings within ChatGPT. I mean, think about it. Those of you who have been around even for a little while, Google always ranks stuff according to external and internal signals, internal keyword optimization, external backlinks, and all that stuff. That ain't going to do it. ChatGPT is intelligent. ChatGPT really doesn't care about your backlinks. Gloria is explaining this to two people today, and I was using the idea of a veterinarian. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I have an old dog. I have a dog about 10 years old. And let's say that I want to know more about how to care for my 10-year-old dog. So which website, which vet should ChatGPT tell me about? The vet who has fluff content, maybe several pictures of dogs that don't even have anything to do with the business, that vet, or the other vet who's got a 2,000-word in-depth article, hint, written by AI because he got it through us, article about care for senior dogs. ChatGPT is going to go for the authoritative article. I'll tell you why in just a second. And you may have seen, you probably saw this recently. Google search itself. I mean, look, it's set up for audio, visual search. Over the past year, Google has quietly rolled out multimodal search. In addition, Gloria, as you said, people are searching directly more and more from ChatGPT, Gemini, and hybrid search engines like Perplexity. Here's the deal. Businesses without multimodal content on their GBP listings are going to cease to be found. And those who actually understand this and those who actually get this in-depth content on their GBP listings, they're going to take over. So what is multimodal content? Gloria, you've said this. Content that makes its images, videos, audios with text to create more engaging experiences. You were going to say something?
Oh, no.
This is a Gloria, you gave us some examples of some authoritative sources. Here's another one. White Spark revealed that Google is now analyzing photos and factoring them into rankings, and now images play a huge role, and Google's vision can, quote unquote, see and understand photos better than ever. But that's true for ChatGPT. That's true for Gemini. That's true for Perplexity, too. So text-based content alone is not going to cut it. And I should say superficial content is not going to cut it. I mean, think about yourself in my dog example. Okay, a friend comes up to you with a 10-year-old dog. You've been to both vets. You've got one vet who's just kind of like, putting a Band-Aid on it, kind of a fluff, didn't give you, the information that you wanted. You've got another vet who, sat there and petted your dog, looked at it, told you all about how he had or she had an old dog and what they did and blah, blah, blah. And here's some information for you to read, and that information is authoritative. Which vet would you recommend to your friend? It's obvious you're going to recommend the authoritative vet. And so it's kind of like you are ChatGPT trying to figure out which one you're going to recommend to get ranked, stay ranked, and especially be recommended. Local businesses need this multimodal content. Gloria, you alluded to 3 steps. This is so easy. And it, again.
Yeah, I can't believe how easy it is. Yeah.
Again, I keep saying blue ocean opportunity. It is a freaking blue ocean opportunity. I mean, it's literally, you could just Google plumbers near me, and every doggone one of them is going to need to have their content multimodalized because none of them are going to have this. It is so easy. We give ChatGPT our client's Google listing and use our prompts and have it analyze it. ChatGPT reviews, you can do this if you have the right prompts, reviews all the content, tells us what needs fixing and how to fix it. We use AI to fix it. And then all you got to do is just post it back to the client's GBP listing. And if you want to post it elsewhere, that would be even better. If you want to post this to social media, that's better. Now, you might be wondering, well, Lee, okay, I get you, man. We need better content, but exactly what are you talking about? Okay, so when you hit the sales letter tomorrow, you've got this graphic, but I kind of explode these a little down here. Text, we've all seen this. Fluff, reviews, 2-sentence dealies that don't explain anything. We've all seen fluff, I call it superficial content on websites, on GBP listings, et cetera, on social media, et cetera, et cetera. That ain't going to cut it. That's not going to cut it because what Google and all of these AI platforms are looking for is what we call EEAT content. EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. And guys, this is not something that you can fake, but it is something that if you have a plumbing company that's been in business for 10 years, if you have a vet who's really authoritative, who's been in business for 20 years, you know, in other words, most businesses are actually quite good at what they do, or else they would be out of business. They're just not good at, they're not good at communicating that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we come in. And the communication of that needs to be EEAT, multimodalized. This is the kind of content that's favored by in search results, by Google, by the AI platforms, because it's like the dog example. This is the content that proves that that vet knows a lot about senior dogs, that proves that that plumber knows a lot about and can get over to your house fast, reputable, knows a lot about water heaters, blah blah blah. But it's not just text-based content, guys. Okay, it's images. Crappy images turned into what we call multimodalized images, multimodalized images with text on them, because all of these AIs,
Google can see. Google
there you go. All of these AIs, Google Vision, Gemini 2.0, ChatGPT, all of these things can see the freaking image. So you can get more information on the image, and you can make the image look a lot better with callouts, lower thirds, and other text-based additions to the images. Text, images. Well, let's do some more stuff with, here we have the crappy, fluffy, thing that we might have got off their
like a description
Google
or something
listing,
like
a description,
yeah.
description of the business. Crappy, fluffy. Anybody could have written it. Probably, anybody did write it. Okay, and we're taking that and we're turning it into this really in-depth, not just cool looking, but it had content that shows that that business has experience, expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. Thank God we're not doing this ourselves, because this is an enormous amount of work that, given the right prompts, AI can do for you in a very short amount of time, seconds. Mm-hmm. But take that same content, turn it into an audio. Somebody on the call was just talking about audios. Yeah, audios. That is extremely important. You can take, you can take this content, put it back on the GBP listing. You can take it, you can put it on social media, you can house it on SoundCloud, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Brings customers to the door, makes the phone ring, clients are happy. And of course, we're going to take this content and turn it into short form videos. The beauty of this, I mean, Gloria, do you remember how onerous it was to make even a few second short form video before we had these AI platforms? I mean, it was an enormous amount of work. Even if you had access to things like, Canva or something, it was still an ungodly amount of work. But now we have AIs that can just crank these things out, make them look exciting, make them look authoritative. The results. Clients love seeing their new multimodal content on all of these platforms. Now, let's, this really is the deal right here. You can help businesses win with the new search and build an incredible income doing this. And, the thing is, it's a blue ocean opportunity. You can get in early. You can basically sell this to literally any business you talk to. They're going to need this. That's not, fairly rapidly as things change, plenty of other consultants are going to figure it out too. It's just that you are going to be first. So we came up with a new training product, of course. It's called GBP Multimodal. It launches tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning. We have made this incredibly simple. Yeah, I showed you the 3 steps. All 3 steps were done by AI, hardly any human intervention, and they're all 3 really simple. You don't need a lot of tech skills. You don't really need any tech skills beyond what you guys can already do, obviously, which is operate a computer because you're on this webinar. Finding clients, I mean, it's literally like shooting fish in a barrel. Everybody needs this. Plus, with this product here, we start you out with 10,000 vetted leads. You can do this business part-time. It is a super easy sale. Help businesses dominate AI search and get paid for it. We give you everything you need. As you know, you guys have bought, virtually all of you bought from us in the past. You know how deep and authoritative Gloria's training is, plus our marketing materials. We give you everything you need to hit the ground running and make this become a big profit center for you. Step-by-step training course, profit strategy. We tell you what to sell, obviously, and we tell you how to sell it. All the AI tools, all the prompts. I alluded to audios, I alluded to videos. You don't have to figure anything out. You just look at the right training video and you too will know how to do it. Plus, use Gloria's cheat sheets, use her prompts, her prompt package. It is literally cut and paste to do this. Client content collection systems, because you are going to have to go to your clients' GBP listing and look at the content. So let's organize that. How to transform the content into multimodal assets, GBP optimization techniques for generative search, master how to optimize GBPs for Google's EEAT and AI-driven search preferences, how to deliver the content, how to upsell. Okay, we'll talk about upselling in just a second. All the handouts, resources, I mean, again, and if you want to get the bump, Gloria set you up with a CRM based on Airtable, if you know what that is. Well, if you got a question about that, let me know. We'll hit it at the end. You know, this is just like all of our stuff, incredibly deep, incredibly authoritative, incredibly simple and easy to do. And yeah, I mean, we're launching tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning. Now, so that's that. But everybody wants to, and fairly, I understand, know about the upsells. There are only two. Connie, I got your question. Let's hold that. It's a great question. Thank you for asking. Let's hold that for just a few more minutes. Velocity Pack. Okay, there are only two upsells. One is what we call our Velocity Pack, your done for you agency, our complete hit the ground running client getting system. All of this stuff, high converting email outreach templates, ready to use social media outreach posts, professional multimodal service brochure, 3 fully designed landing pages. Now our VAs just gave me a graphic to show you the landing pages, not on here yet. They are, of course, beautiful because those guys do really great work. That graphic will be on here by tomorrow morning. Lead magnet reports. That is really critical because, you know, even though I told you it was simple, and even though the stuff that we teach how to do is simple, you know, it's still AI. It's still kind of like, do I understand it? Can I communicate it? What if somebody asks me a question? Don't worry about that, okay? Because we have that all here in this first upsell for you. Literally, all you have to do is hand your potential client the report and say, you know, hand them the report, read that, email it to them as a PDF. Or, you know, sometimes what I'll do if I'm sitting with someone physically, then I'll just turn the report around, you know, have it in a binder, turn the report around and just walk them through it. That will explain everything and take the burden off of you. Follow-up sequence, fast track implementation guides, pricing, you know, that's always a bugaboo, right? You know, this sounds cool. My God, I don't know what price to ask. We tell you what price to ask. Okay. We've been doing this stuff for a long time. I have literally been in this business for 17 years. Okay. So we're not going to leave you hanging on anything. Getting clients faster, prospecting playbook. It's all here. Design guides. This is an enormous package designed to pour jet fuel on the fire.
Faster.
One
Go
more thing.
faster. Yep.
Go faster. One more thing. How about let's turn this in? Now, this is the big upsell, right? Not for you, but the big upsell that you would do for the client. Let's turn that one-off client. So you got a one-off client. Hey, Bob, your Google listing needs help. Here's why it needs help. This is what I can do. This is how much I'm charging. Once you pay, we'll do it. We'll have it done in a week, blah, blah, blah. Bam, you get the money. If you're like me, by the time you get the money, you spent the money. And wouldn't it be nice to turn each of those one-off sales into a recurring income? And really, when you think about it, the client actually needs this, don't they? I mean, don't they need fresh EEAT multimodalized content? They're going to get competitive by having you redo their GBP listing. They're going to stay competitive by having you update it, by having you take all of that, post it to social media, their website, et cetera, et cetera. GBP Multimodal Recurring Profit Mastery. It's exactly what the name says. You'll have everything you need to turn one-time clients into long-term payers using AI-powered automation, effortless content creation, done-for-you templates. Again, everything you need. You can read through this whole thing. The gist here is we're going to turn the client into a monthly payer. Yes, we tell you exactly how to charge, how much to charge, how to set it up, how to communicate with the client, how to upsell from the one-off to this. Notebook LM training, because Notebook LM, somebody was asking me about podcasts. Notebook LM has an amazing ability, and some of you have heard Gloria and me talk about that before, to create podcasts out of text. AI-driven monthly content plans. Nothing is left to chance. We tell you exactly how to sell it, what to sell it for, and how to do it, how to fulfill. You don't have to think. Professionally designed ebook report, the new search revolution. Again, this is all here. I mean, this has not launched yet. I think recurring revenue strategies done for your marketing assets. You can read all this. I don't want to kill you with details, but somebody just asked, well, how much is all of this? Okay. Our goal, I mean, obviously we have to make money. Otherwise, Gloria and I would have to go off and do something else, and you wouldn't get the benefit of us doing this. Okay. So it's a win-win, but even though I keep telling Gloria that, Gloria, we've had inflation. Gloria, we've had inflation. We need to raise the prices. We're not doing that. It's killing me. We're keeping the prices at last year's prices. Our prices are always the same. Front-end product, $37, OTO1, $57, OTO2, $77. One more thing, in case you're not as familiar with us as as most people on this webinar are, there is no bait and switch. Okay, we don't sell you the front end product and you get in there and think, well, crap, I need OTO1 to make this work, or crap, I need OTO2 to really understand this. No. You want to just buy the front end product? Go for it. Get that. It is deep. It is authoritative. It's going to tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, to sell this stuff as a one-off sale. The Velocity Pack is going to allow you to sell more faster. That's OTO1. The recurring income, what we're looking at here, is going to show you how to turn your clients into recurring revenue clients.
Yeah, it's all about
Take it
leveling
from me.
up.
That is the holy grail of this stuff. Making a sale, even when it's blue ocean opportunity, even when you just got it cut, copy and paste, simple, laid out in front of you, it still work, right? It's nice when you get clients paying you monthly and you don't have to go out and beat the bushes nearly as much. That is a beautiful place to be. So that's what we've got for you. I see a ton of questions. Be happy to address those and answer those. This is launching tomorrow at 11 o'clock. You're obviously on our mailing list because you're here. I'm not going to get the time wrong this time. Thank you, Steve, and everybody else who told me about this. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, you will get another email from me. You all, I send out 2 emails a day when we have something to sell, because we have clients all over the world. We have clients in Asia. Their morning is our night. And so I send out basically 1 email 11 o'clock in the morning and 1 email 11 o'clock at night. Okay. So those 2 emails will remind you about this. We're going to keep this for sale at these prices through Monday. Okay, so you're guaranteed the price through Monday. Now, I know some people are going to be buying Tuesday and Wednesday and all that stuff, and I'm not here to just draw lines in the sand and be a librarian about. I'm hating on librarians, but be a librarian about it. In other words, you got to check in the book by this time, or else I'm charge you a fine or something. No, as long as we see sales coming in, we will keep the prices the same, but the prices are guaranteed through Monday midnight. And as sales trickle in Tuesday and Wednesday, but once that quits, which generally takes a few days, and the prices go up. So if you're interested in this, I would encourage you to buy it at this price when it launches tomorrow. Gloria, you got anything to add to that, or should we hit the questions?
Yeah, no, I think that was pretty comprehensive. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit some questions. And
well, Lois has already got a question that I can't answer.
Yeah, I saw that question. So Lois, let me go ahead, and I saw that. Excuse me. So what we did with the squeeze pages, because we know that a lot of folks are starting out, and so rather than have you go on like this platform or that platform, you can actually create the squeeze pages in Canva. And what's beautiful about that, number one, is it will allow people that need to get, they want a squeeze page, but they don't want to go ahead and they don't have like a domain name and all that. They can do it. But what's beautiful, thanks to AI now, is you can actually literally drop in either the image of the squeeze page, and you can actually have AIs create it for you, right? So it's not in WordPress where it's not CSS code, and we can actually get AI to create them for us just by the image. Talk about crazy, right? So we can help you with that. If you want like instructions or what to use or something, we can definitely help you with that.
Cool. Hang on, Robert. I will give you a support email address to send that to, and yes, you can. Kip, Kip, great question. Thank you. Because I kind of like, that was a total mouthful, right? What I going over all this, a lot of details. But let me just make it really clear. Front end product, GBP multimodal, is about all this stuff making a one-off sale. Okay. The velocity pack is the first upsell. That gives you the stuff that you need to make more sales faster. You don't have to have it, by the way, but if you can afford it, get it. And Kip, the recurring profit mastery teaches you how to take those one-off sales. It not only teaches you how, but gives you everything you need to take those one-off sales and turn them into recurring monthly income. Everything.
Yeah, that's my bread and butter.
Fulfillment, really. The advertising, the fulfillment, the pricing, the checklists.
The reporting, how to get it from the one-off sale and transfer, and then how do I actually make that sale? I am a queen at land, and it's really land and expand. Basically, it's upselling from an existing service to upsell them to buy more from you. 8 out of 10 of my clients would upsell with me.
Absolutely. So Kip, that is what you're looking at here is OTO2. They're just 2 OTOs. Okay. Kip, not Kip, Robert, I'm giving you an email. It's a backup support email address. I'll give it to you and everybody else, easypssupt@gmail.com. Robert, just hit me up there. Absolutely. William, I don't know what your comment is. I will be happy to look up and see if I can find it, or Gloria will.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at some of the,
Paul's got a really great question. Is this an offer to the client that would benefit using a free offer or trial of some kind? Paul, I'm thinking that you're probably thinking about the recurring thing. Because, I mean, you can do a free trial of a one-off because, you know, you did the work and you're done and it's done, right?
So
yeah, you can do this, but this is not going, Paul, this is not going to be hard to sell. You know,
yeah,
we do free trials in general when stuff is difficult to understand. And I mean, just in the marketing world, when stuff's difficult to understand and when the benefits aren't apparent. Okay, this is easy to understand and the benefits are very apparent. You could try that, but honestly, Paul, I would just charge money for it.
Because you're sending out what happens is the AI, because it can browse. We our prompt will tell it to go ahead and look at the GBP listing. We give it the link, and then look at the competitors. And you don't even have to tell it the competitors, and it spits out this custom report and basically says, this is what's wrong with your GBP listing, and kind of the same, tries to educate them a little bit, but it's a custom report. And we have had used that method with Google Business Profits, other Google products, excuse me. It works extremely well. Like I had people saying, I've never been able to do anything, but I sent out like 3 emails and I got a client, and then I have another appointment, something like that. So that method where you're actually giving them a custom bespoke report for this type of stuff works very, very well, because they know this is such an easy, I love this GBP, because the businesses know that if their GBP is screwed, they're screwed. Okay. And so this is such a great foot in the door product. They know, again, the whole AI thing, everybody knows about it, right? So you can do like an image and then give them maybe an image and say, here, try that. But it's not going to do as much. I think you'll have better impact with a report, to be truthful with you.
William, I'll look for your comment. I'm not seeing a comment. So if you could put that back in, that would be cool. Kip, thank you so much. Did you read Kip's comment, Gloria? It's really, really nice. I really appreciate it. It says, as always, you guys keep us ahead of the pack. Awesome. Kip is all in.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kip. We try. We really try, honestly.
That's our goal, because, again, guys, we are finally at a place, the promise of local business marketing, laptop lifestyle, running your own business from a laptop. That's what got me into this stuff in 2007. And we are finally to the place where we have what we need to run a significant business, and with really part-time work, doing really, really important marketing for businesses. AI allows us to do that.
Yep. Yep. Connie, your question about the report, that is all in the front end of how to do that, the prompt, the format, and everything. It really is quite, it's very, let's say it's very enlightening for the business. Okay, so that is part of it. You don't need to get anything else to get that. So it is part of that front end. And Kip, I have not really played with Grok that much. I although I'm on Twitter a lot, so it's just like I have like 3 or 4 AI tools that I use, and I really haven't had a need to to do any more. When I do, Grok is the first one for sure. So Andy has a question about fees, right? Or what would you charge? So our pricing, I think, what we wanted to do with the pricing, and this is kind of what I recommend if some of you guys are just getting started, that it's okay to do your pricing a little bit low. You get paid to learn, and we set the pricing at like how many pieces of content are you going to go ahead and multimodalize for them, right? And so I think we have our prices starting anywhere, and it's suggested pricing, I think $297 all the way up, to however, like if they have, tons of content, then of course you just can't charge that. But this type of sale, okay, and this is like the foot in the door. It's something that the business does not have to sit there and, like I say, they don't have to lament and, oh my God, I can't spend several $100s and, sweat beads dripping off of them and stuff. I got to talk it over with a little lady or talk it over with my business partner. This type of sale is like, you don't have to do that, right? They don't do that. And they know if my Google listing is screwed, I'm screwed. So these are actually, they tend to be quicker sales. You don't have these long drawn out sales cycles. That means you don't have to chase people, and if they don't want to go for it, then you just go to their competitor and you offer them, like I said, the Godfather offer they can't refuse. So, but pricing, we have it, I think, starting at between $297 or $397. I forget how many images, I mean, not images, excuse me, pieces of content. It's like, I don't know, 10 or 15 for that price, something like that, I think. And you can always raise your prices. Yeah. You can always raise your prices.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, we cover all that in great detail in the training. Yeah, Gloria, it occurs to me one huge difference between today with AI and back when you and I got started. We used to make sales, and then the fulfillment would be just pure hell.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it would just take so much freaking time. And then you got to make another sale, and it was feast or famine, or you would end up doing like I ended up doing, which was staying up late at night doing all the fulfillment so that I could sell during the day.
Yeah.
It was truly brutal.
Yes. Yes.
With AI, you don't have to do that, guys. I mean,
not with the AI of today, not today's AI. You don't have to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, when I started a long time ago now, I was working 10, 12, 15-hour days. I was happy to do it. I was doing my thing, running my business. You don't have to do that now. I don't do that now. I mean, I work on average, probably 2 or 3 hours a day. I actually do a lot of other cool stuff. We're finally at that place where you can do that. And it's not just me. Believe me, there's nothing special about me, except I've made all the mistakes that a human being can make. Therefore, I've learned a few things, but we've got it down to where any well-meaning person, anybody who's going to go from video 1 through video 8, go through Gloria's training, you do exactly what Gloria says, use all of the cheat sheets and the reports and the sales materials we give you, use the fulfillment cheat sheet, use the prompts on the AI. Any person on this call can build a very nice income doing this one thing, just this one thing. Of course, y'all probably have bought other things and you can do other things. And so maybe once you upsell your client to recurring income for this, maybe you want to upsell them to something else. Video marketing, like monthly video marketing. Maybe you want to upsell them to some sort of monthly, I know a lot of y'all do reputation management, some sort of monthly reputation management. With intelligent upselling, it's not hard to do. It is not hard to upsell a happy customer.
Yeah, they don't want to look for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the thing, is they're kind of like, they're busy. So why do they want to go and try to find somebody else if they have somebody that does the job for them and does it well? Right? It's like, if I have a plumber and they fix my plumbing, why do I need to go find somebody else and, talk, all of this stuff? It's just a hassle. They don't want to do that. It's just easier to pay you if you've done a good job for them in the front end. And that's why we built that like that, so that it's kind of like, try to like foolproof it. Like if you just follow the instructions, it's going to be high quality and they're going to be happy, type of thing,
Gloria, you were answering Andy's question about price. And you were saying, 10 pieces of content, $300 or $400 a month, $300 or $400 for a one-off. And then you get into the monthly thing. But guys, with upselling them to the monthly thing, how many clients do you need at $500 a month in order to have a phenomenal income? AI is doing all the fulfilling, so the fulfillment won't kill you. and then you upsell them to other stuff that complements, what you got here. You can easily take that $300, $400, $500 a month client, turn them into a $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 a month client. It's not hard. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, I was looking. I think we. I seek glory to get my internet. That's too funny, Chuck.
Gloria said, "Did you answer Connie's question about the AI image?" Because I was also typing.
Yeah. So
Jerry's got a really good question that I suspect a lot of people are thinking about. Of course, this relies heavily on ChatGPT, but does it rely heavily on any other AIs?
Yeah, no, let me go ahead. It's ChatGPT is that's the main tool that I use. So it doesn't rely on really anything else. You probably want to like the images, use some of our Canva, like our templates and stuff like that, right? But that's really, I don't think it's anything else. I'm sure, no, it's not. It's just ChatGPT. I try to keep it friendly. So AI tagged, it's kind of AI. How do AI tag? Did I say that in the presentation? Because it's really AI optimized for generative.
I think you were trying to say optimized.
Yeah, because there are things that you put into the metadata, and I share that with you in the front end of how to do all of that. So that you can go ahead and make sure that not only is the image or the piece of content have what it needs, but if it is an image or a video, there are things in the meta that you can do that helps the AI read it a little bit better. And so we go over all of that for you. So with you, excuse me. And then podcasts, absolutely, Connie, for the audio and the voice, yes. Or like here's a tip. It's like, okay, you have all the boring reviews, right? You can take all of those reviews and then you can create little 10-second review videos with an AI voice of like, if it's a female, if the image of that person leaving a review is a female, like younger, then you try to find a voice and you would do that. I looked at all these other XYZs and I didn't get my bugs removed until, best pest control, something like that. So you can do that type of stuff as well, right? So those work really, really well.
And Gloria, that sounds really techy. It sounds like you're going to have to be a freaking video expert to do that. And you used to have to be a freaking video expert to do that.
No.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is basically know how to prompt the AI. What AI to use, know how to prompt it, and it does all of that stuff for you. Stanley, that's such a good question. Google listings, I have sold Google stuff. My first sale ever in 2010 as a local business marketer was Google stuff, okay? I actually made the sale the first day I was in business. And I have not stopped since, even though all these, Google things have changed their names about 5 times. And it is a business Google listing, especially a business that caters to, consumers. A business's Google listing is central to their marketing strategy. And so Gloria and I have created several products addressing this over the years. None of those products have what we're looking at here because this capability didn't exist 6 months ago. This wasn't even a thing. I mean, you could like Gloria and I do, you could listen to like podcasts of really nerdy people from, Silicon Valley talk about the future of tech. And we both do that because we're fascinated by it. And you could think, well, this is going to be a thing, but it wasn't a thing until literally the past few months. So Stanley, still about Google, extremely important. As I said, this is a new ball game because all of this stuff did not exist a few months ago like it does now. Connie, I think we answered that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I just answered some of Connie's
Yeah,
questions.
William, I'm gonna look in the where you sent that email and see why it was missed, but we'll look for that.
Yeah, Stanley, that's a really interesting question because it's, as now the other Google products, I thought, they probably give you a really good baseline understanding because we did one.
But they're not obsolete.
But they're not obsolete. So I would say this is almost like this is what's going on now. That gives you a good understanding of Google business places like 101. And then the next gen was about all of the, the EEAT and the generative SEO part of it. And then now this is like the next level. This is what we've morphed into is the whole multimodal thing. So yeah, all three are, kind of, it would be a comprehensive on like end-to-end Google stuff, but you really just need the multimodal with how we've kind of scoped it for you and just kind of made it, relatively narrow. So again, when we do this, we talk about and say, how can we make this easy for people that have never done this before? Okay, and so part of my job and what I do is I try to take this techie gobbledygook and I try to say, how can someone that's just getting started actually implement this? And then that's what I build the course around, basically.
Make it copy and paste easy.
That's exactly right.
Yep. So guys, there you have it, launching tomorrow. You understand what it is, why it is. It is, I can't stress how much of an opportunity this is. There is zero competition, and every single business that has a Google listing needs this, or else they're going to find themselves, I don't know, within 6 months, within a year, wondering where did all the traffic go? Why isn't this working like it used to? Well, that's because their competitors got hip to multimodal content, got hip to the fact that, hey, people are finding this business through ChatGPT. Maybe we should tweak things so that they can find it easier, and businesses are going to get left in the dust. GBP Multimodal launching tomorrow, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I will send you an email with a link. Tomorrow's Friday, goes through Monday, and thank you so much for being here, guys. I will have this entire webinar as it is, the full replay on a page, which I will send out to you if I can get it tonight. I will send it out to you tonight, but I will definitely send it out to you tomorrow morning, where you can look at this whole thing, bookmark it, look at it all you want to, because it's got a lot of information in it, especially the first half. And and then what you'll see on the sales page here is basically I go through and edit out a ton of stuff and end up with 9 or 10 minutes of the really important details to tell people who need to know that on the sales page. So thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your being here. And we're looking forward to helping you with this.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you soon.